All right. What about that? Is that working now? Got it? Okay. All right. Yeah, I was playing around with a soundboard. Okay, good. Now I was playing around with a soundboard and it must have I didn't put the X into the Y into the Z or something. I don't know what I did, but I wanted to play around with it and obviously I need a lot of work. That's why I started early, way early, because I just wanted to play around with this. And you were my guinea pig, so thank you for that. I appreciate that. Lost audio again? Really? What? Oh, you got the audio? Okay. All right. So the rest of you that can't hear me, you're smoking weed or something. It could be. Actually, she's down feeding the cats. So, but I started early. I got this soundboard. She got me the soundboard, and of course, I have no idea how to use it. Um, I got all kinds of crap hooked into it. It's just kind of neat, but she got it for me for my birthday. It's an SK 300. It's just a cheap little thing that you can play around with, and it's got like laughter. You could turn my male voice into a female voice or a kid's voice. You can do all these crazy things with it. So I wanted to play around with it. It's I don't know. I'll try to learn more about it, but it looks kind of interesting. But I just don't know the hookups. I mean, you can see the back. It's just got all kinds of stuff to hook up, and I don't know. We will figure it out. That's why I started early so we could see what if it would do anything. But obviously I don't know what I'm doing. So it must have overtook my other microphone. That's why I got out of YouTube, went back in, reconnected, and I think that worked out okay from what you're saying. So sound good now. Okay, you log back in. Okay. Good, 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 good. That's why we started early. That's why we started early. So, I wanted to check something. I'm always playing around with different things. See, I'm on top chat again. I got to get back to live chat. Okay. And then I wanted to see. Okay. I wanted to see something. Okay. We can get rid of that. There's always something new to learn. Okay. Let me grab something over here. Turn this on. Maybe that's too much light, but let me see. Let's put it up higher. Lighten it up a little bit. That's a little bit better. A little bit better. Okay. Should I get rid of that timestamp? I don't like that timestamp now. I put that on just to. There. We got rid of that. Okay. I just playing around with different things. Charlie Brown's teacher, but with no sound. Hopefully everybody has, yeah, do a page refresh. Then you should be okay. Yeah, the light, I got that from my son-in-law. He does photography and he kind of got out of it because of all the AI and everything else that's going on, and he's working on something else, another project. So he's had these LED lights for a long time. So he says, "Hey, I'm not using them, and if I ever need them, I'll borrow them back from you. But if you want to use them in the library or in the garage," and it's worked out. He gave me two of them, and it's two or three, and it's worked out pretty good so far. I'm not crazy about they're like a fluorescent light, more of a white light, but I like a little bit like an incandescent. I like incandescent lighting, but of course the LEDs are brighter. But yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I had a timestamp on there, 280 zone. Maybe you guys couldn't see it. Oh, the owl looked great. Oh, the owl. Yeah, I switched these up. I should turn this around a little bit. I switch them up every now and then. So I got, like I said, I got 3 calendars here, um, and I will switch them up occasionally. Hey, Rich. All right, let me see who's here now. Buzz, what's your net worth? Don't know what your vantage points are coming from. Yeah, this is a retirement zone. Yeah, I don't. I won't disclose my net worth. I mean, I know Dwayne and Julie and some of the other ones, good creators who talk about it. I'll just say this: if I was at 500,000 like they are, I would talk about it. But since I'm not, I won't talk about it. Angela, how are you? Or a light show? It's Mark USA. It could be anything. That's the greatest thing about retirement is we're not pigeonholed into one category. We can do this, we can do that. And that's what's so great about retirement, because if you don't feel like you're going down the right path, or you think this one might look a little better, what we can change. That's what's so cool about it. When you're working, you can't just change everything you're doing, because most of your day is filled with this. You can't change that. Now that we're retired, we can wake up and try to do something different every day. I mean, that's what's great about it. Whether we talk about lights for an hour, whether we talk about, it's great. I mean, I love it. And Tri C Travels, how are you? And John, you can hear me now. Good. Can you hear me now? Gary the Snail. No, Xlurb, Xlurb, X. I'll just call you X because you know how I am. X. It's okay. I don't mind being asked the tough questions. I've never shied away. That's what when you watch some of these politicians, you ask them a question and they just start beating around the bush. Just answer the question. Answer the question the way it was asked. And either it's no comment, or I'd rather not disclose that, or, but just be upfront and be honest. And I have no problem with being asked the question. Net worth is fluid when yeah, but right, Joseph. But I think what people are trying to get at is, where are you at? Are you at $50? Are you at 500,000? Are you at 1,000,000? And like I said, I have done videos. You can go back and look. That kind of told you where I was at. So we can sway with the wind. That's right, 280 zone. Absolutely. And that's what's so cool. And I've changed up some things. I really have. There's some things that I did, like they were habits. Like I got into I won't call it a rut, but I got into I don't know, where I would do something that, and I wasn't getting something else done. So now you just change your mindset and you say, okay, I want to do this instead. Um, and it works out, because you can in retirement, you don't have to worry about the work. You just have to worry about your retirement in most cases, which is good. Yeah, I always screw this up. Don't forget the package. Oh, I got the package. Yes. All right. Biba, Beba, Biba. What'd she say? Beeb. He say, she said, she said, Biba, Las Vegas. Biba lost. No, that's not it. God, darn it. The barred owl cadence in New England is who cooks for you. Yeah, cool. Hey, Theo. I think net worth is relative in regard to what it takes. Yeah, and it's true too. No, Mark, you're not off base at all. Like I said, I have no problem answering. Look, I was in operations management for an HR for many years. And let me tell you, I've told you guys this before. I've heard, they come in my office, I close the door. I got the box of Kleenex out. I have heard everything. And trust me, um, there's nothing that would surprise me. I tell you, it's nothing really surprises me. Your worth is priceless. I'm sure, Vicky, they put a price on it somewhere. I'm retiring in 3 months. I'm doing it anyway. I'm home with my wife for health reasons, and hopefully, yeah. I mean, there's sometimes you get forced into retirement, and you just hope everything works out, and that's a darn good reason to retire. Dan from Brunstucky, how you doing? I have no idea how to pronounce. It's a nonsense straight for me. Well, I'm just calling you X now. You are X. I'm fortunate to live in a state that is more cost effective. Yeah. Somebody what's for dinner? Rotisserie chicken, a potato, and we have a fruit cup. One of those little fruit cups, you buy a bunch of them, and mushrooms. She made a mushrooms with she had some mushrooms, she cut those up, put them with onions, so we'll have all that tonight. I found out we are Generation Jones. That's right. No, we are Generation Jones. That is true. Kirk, how you doing? I heard that before. And yeah, I don't get into all that stuff. It's like they make it up every 10 minutes. They'll make up a different category. So I don't get into all that stuff. But hey, oh, it's your first. Okay, don't know if no, you're cool. Hey, don't worry about it, Mark. Don't you worry. And I appreciate you being here. You're a first time visitor. I appreciate that. Appreciate you being here. We got a good crowd here. We got a good group. They usually come, stop by every week, and all good people except one. You got to watch out. Now we're getting it's 6:37, so we're really early. Doesn't really start till 7 o'clock, but there's one, and the beginning of his name is Captain. So be careful. Reba. Oh, Biba. Okay, Reba. See, I didn't write that. You know what? Okay. We're going to take care of this right now. What do I have to write on? Okay. How about this? I'm going to do this. I got some tape. Okay. I got some painter's tape. If I can find the end of it. All right. So, all right. Biba is Reba. Okay. And we're going to put that right here. All right. Now, all I got to do is remember to turn around and look at it. Biba is Reba. Okay. I got it. I think I got it now. If I got it right, I don't think I've got this screwed up. I started out with nothing. I still have most of it. That's right. Biba Las Vegas. Yeah, Biba Las Vegas. I had it right. Yeah. People with multi-million dollars saved worry about retiring. Doesn't matter. Yeah. And that's true too. But, there's, and Theo said the lifestyle and where you live. So Cleveland, Ohio is a little bit cheaper than, say, up north in Massachusetts or Connecticut or New Hampshire. But we're not as cheap as Alabama and some of the Mississippi, some of the southern states. So it depends on where you live, and it depends. There's a lot of things, but Ohio, I think we're kind of in the middle. We're not super ritzy. We're not where we have a good standard. A cheaper standard of living. We're kind of in the middle, tax wise and everything. We pay 8% sales tax, which is I think that's kind of high, but I mean, that's just the way it is. Plus, you see my property taxes, which are really high. And in my, we don't have much industry in our area, so they're always looking for levies, and Ohio's trying to do something about that, but we'll see what happens. Catherine, happy Valentine's Day to you too. 40 degrees in Northwest Wisconsin. Wash car today. Oh, I was going to bring that magazine in here. I didn't do that. Shoot, I said I was going to do that Saturday too. I'll have to grab that. I don't know where it's at now. Oh, you know what? No. Is it in the calendar? No, it's not. I was going to, about the cranes, Sandhill cranes. That's what I was looking for. Sam's Club Hall looked great. Those 8 cans of green beans. Yeah, we like getting the green beans. They have corn, but we've been shying away a little bit from corn. We like the cob corn in the summer, but we've been shying away from corn a little bit and trying to eat more like peas and green beans. You saw the asparagus. Makes your peas smell, but I like it. And then Brussels sprouts, cauliflower. Those are kind of our go-tos. And the cauliflower, a big head is like 323. I think that's a great deal. I mean, and we should probably be eating more of that. Massive debt of our country is carrying how that affects Social Security. Well, the debt's been there for a long, long time. So, I don't know how they're going to solve everything. Let me get caught up here. God makes us all different for a reason. That's right. Waiting for the Captain Billy package. Found myself unexpectedly retired 7 months ago. So far, so good. Yeah, I'm going on. This coming September will be my 3rd year. So I'm into my 3rd year. It'll be complete, right? 3rd year. 23, 24. Wait a minute. 23 to 24 is 1. 24 to 25 is 2. 25 to 26 is 3. Yeah. And it's going good. Knock wood. It's going pretty good. 2 deer waiting outside. They want to watch Buzz 50 degrees. I think she's saying that you BB, but to rhyme with Reba. Biba, yeah. I am word challenged. That's right. Vicky knows that. Yeah, just like what is that? Hula, yeah. Hulu. I pronounce them as I see them. And actually, I'm still a great speller. I was like, when I was in school, I could spell like the tough words, and I can sound them out and figure out. I never did a spelling bee, but I think I would have been pretty good at it. Um, I knew all the tricks and everything else, and I thought I was pretty good at spelling. But I think as I get older, I don't pronounce them. I pronounce them my way, the Buzz way. 8%'s a little high. Hey, Alton, how you doing? Or chimichanga, huh? Chimichanga. The only time I've heard that word a lot was in 2.5 Men, when the one girlfriend or whatever, she says chimichanga, if you guys remember that. And if you don't, you're probably thinking, oh, that fool, what is he talking about? Can't believe you've been retired. It seems like 3 years you've been watching your channel for a few months. I know why. I started in December of 2023. Now, I don't know when everybody came on, but I could probably look it up. I could probably look up like the first video I did and see what comments were on there when they commented. I guess maybe I could do that. I don't know. I see who was actually there. I know a lot of people have come, a lot of people have gone. So it's interesting. Yeah. And it's been almost 3 years. I think time flies more, and actually working and retirement, I think time flies the same. It just keeps going. Oh, 13% in Ontario. Ooh. Well, what they're trying to do is in Ohio, because everybody's complaining about property taxes. So they think they got enough signatures to put it on the ballot to eliminate property taxes. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't understand how you can eliminate property taxes, because you got to get the money somewhere. So what you're opening up yourself to is, because property taxes pay school, pays the county, pays the city or township, pays the libraries, pays the park system. So, and Governor DeWine already said if they try to eliminate it and it passes, they're going to have to raise the sales tax to 20%, income tax to like some astronomical number. So you're going to be paying on income tax. So, he's basically saying we're going to get the money one way or another. Now, it's going to be interesting how that plays out. Live in Connecticut and just within my means. Northeast is quite beautiful. Farms, farm, farm. Oh, that's cool. What did I miss? If I missed something, just come back. Come back and tell me again. 8%. Okay, our sales tax to Southwest Ohio 6. Right. And I actually drive. When I was working in Akron, and I had to get flooring for the family room, so I got that vinyl flooring, and I've got a lot of it. I mean, it costs a couple $1,000s, right? So I bought it in Summit County versus my county. So on the way home from work, I stopped at the Home Depot there instead of the Home Depot here. And I also used I bought the gas cards, Home Depot cards. So that would get me money off of gas. And I was getting like 2 or 3 tanks full of gas for free. And the sales tax was, I think it was at the time 6.75, where I think I saved 1 to 1.5% in sales tax. So, I mean, every little bit helps. And just by shopping in the neighboring county. So when I bought my cars, I said, ooh, I'll do the same thing. I'll go to a dealer in Akron and I'll save, taxes. It doesn't work that way. It goes by your residence. And I thought, darn it, that's too bad. Take Social Security at 62. For some people, that's a good deal. For others, it's not. My 3-year retirement too, but only 60 here. Oh, Robert, well, good. Retired and loving it. Whoa. What is that? You changed your thumbnail there. I can't really tell. I was supposed to bring my magnifying glass, wasn't I? On my computer, but you did change it, it looks like. You can't wait to retire. I listened to all you dream about it. Well, 13%, you could have but you're paying that, but there's a reason you're paying that. So, I mean, especially in Canada, because you're paying more upfront taxes, payroll taxes, and everything else. So your health care can be called free or whatever you want to say. In the end, you're paying it somehow, some way. You never get away from it. It could be from this bucket or this bucket or this bucket, but you're always paying it somehow. You were spelling bee champ in 5th grade. I got a ribbon. Ooh, wow, that's pretty good. Retired 4 years. Ooh. Overtime next few years or so, try to get all of your IRA and stuff in 1 or 2 institutions. Oh, overtime the next few years. Retiring in April, Daniel. All right. And that's a good time to retire, like right in the spring. That's a great time because then you got like the whole summer to get used to it. And then come fall, you run into the same things we did, where you have the Halloween, you have the Thanksgiving, you have Christmas, and you're just super relaxed and you're going through it and you're doing things that you never got to do before. You're able to take your time and it's great. And you'll can't believe how fast the time will go too. I have a lot of words on my desk that for some reason I can never remember. Retirement is treating you well. You look great. I actually looked better before, but time seems to go faster. Yeah, it does. We had a measure here to eliminate property tax, but there was nothing said about where the money would come from, and it went down to defeat. Yeah, I know. I don't understand it. I really don't. You will shop base, no sales tax. Now, right, you can. If depending on how they do it, it could work out for older people because, like sales tax. Okay, are you out buying a new car every day? No. Are you out, buying all this different stuff that, when you're in your 30s and 40s that you're buying for your home, your TVs, all your different things that you need. So they're going to bear the brunt of that sales tax, where us retired people, we don't really need anything, right? I mean, so to speak. We don't need anything super big or extravagant or lavish. So we could save money by not paying sales tax, or we'll pay less than a 40-year-old or 30-year-old who's still in the accumulation phase. School. Referendums all, yeah. Job eliminate property, just eliminate property tax for 65 and older. That would be cool to do, but that would, because the population of 65 and older is pretty high. I think should run the numbers in Ohio, but they would have to up the tax on something else still. Maybe not by that much, but they would still have to do it. Anyone in California know if they're really going to pass a mileage tax? Huh. Gas has gone up 20 in the last month by a conflict. Yeah, I don't worry about the gas prices. Now that I'm retired, that doesn't matter anymore. But I'm still seeing it's under. Hey, if it stays under $3, I'm happy. Why they charge sales tax every time you buy a new car or used from a dealer? It's just the way it is. Oh, you got an AI picture? Okay. mileage tax is only talk. All right. Hey, Jay Johns. Didn't know I was. No, I was practicing with some different things, so you're not late. I'm messing around with a soundboard just to see if it worked, and I have no clue what I'm doing, so which is normal for me. You did your daughter's taxes, send some money, and no tax on overtime. Good. Yeah, my daughter. I don't know if she's done her taxes yet, but she's working with the fire department, and occasionally she gets some overtime, so she doesn't know how that's gonna translate into what she's gonna get back or whatever. She's not sure yet. I don't think she's done the taxes yet. I'm gonna see her tomorrow, I think, and I'll ask her about it. If they enact a mile tax in California, people would take it out of. Good boy. I just stopped in to say that my internet keeps cutting out, freezing. Uh-oh, Kaz, that's not good. The wife is retiring May 1st, and that's yes, that is a good time. According to Google, the mileage tax has been set aside, and the legislature is going to do a study on other methods. What are they losing revenue on? I just jumped here. Where'd I go? Oh, I just stopped in. I got that. I got that. Oh, the problem is they're losing revenue from electric vehicles. Okay. You can't lose your house because, yeah, Perry, that is a darn good point. You can't lose your house if you don't pay your property taxes. That is probably the best point. And there's people that do. There's people that do lose their houses because they can't afford the property taxes. Like I said, this guy across the street, he's paying $8,000 a year, and he's retired. And I think they work part-time jobs, maybe $8,000. And the new houses that they're putting up, they're 8, 9, 10 grand a year just for taxes. To me, it's crazy, but they can afford it. But if you're retired, and you're popping out 10K a year, good for you. I mean, if you can afford that, just to live in a paid off house, you're going to pay 10 grand a year in a paid off house. So Perry, there's a good reason. That would be the best reason of all to eliminate it. Hey, Jennifer, how are you doing? Yeah, you can control your spending, right? I guess that if you're benefiting not having money, you can't buy as much as you save on. Yeah, that's right, on the sales tax. Time for January in the first 2 weeks of February went, yeah. And today felt sunny, 60. I didn't go outside much today. I was messing around with stuff. I mean, I did. It was fairly sunny, but I'm watching the snow melt. But I didn't really do much outside today. I stayed in and did some things. Internet for all. That I think should just be a given. I'm serious because paying even 35 that I'm paying, which is cheap, but you know through the cable company it's $70. I mean, I just think that if there's anything the government could do to give internet to all somehow, some way, and do it fairly and do it the right way, don't let anybody scam on it. I'd be all for that. I mean, you talk about everybody would have a savings. Talk about putting money in everybody's pocket at the same time. Maybe a Starlink thing that everybody can, you can still stay with your T-Mobile, you can still stay with your Cox internet, but somehow they work a deal with Starlink or somebody else like that, and you can use the Starlink for free. I, that would be the greatest thing. 68 big thunderstorms. Yeah, that's one thing about Houston, but or Texas. You guys get some rain down there. I'll tell you. First 5 years in retirement are critical, especially the market crashes 20% or more. Yeah. Yeah, I just did a video where I kind of showed my where I've got everything at now. And because on the did I erase it? I got it over here. Let me just grab it real quick. I still got it. So this in case you haven't seen the video. Let's see. This is where I'm at right now. Try to keep that glare off. So you see that former employer 401k, that was like 30 something. So I used to have two things in there, large cap and mid cap. And it was going, of course, it was going like crazy, making money. So now it's 30 something, now it's 47%. But this company through principal, they changed it to where they're not really managing it, but they put me 60% in fixed incomes and bonds. So I got to get out of that, and I opened an IRA at Fidelity to roll it over, but I just haven't done it yet, and I need to do that. So 3 arms. I know I was playing around with some of that stuff too, and I just have to delete some of it because it just doesn't make sense. Largest company in the U.S. do not pay taxes because of tax loopholes. Well, John, that's the thing, and that's what I love. If you're, now we're not going to get into the politics, but the Congress, the House and Senate pass all these laws. Whoever does the actual laws, I don't know, but they pass all these loopholes, and people take advantage of them because they're there, and then people go, well, they don't, and they go against the company. Well, no, you got to focus on your lawmakers. 100% you have to focus on the lawmakers, because if somebody told me, hey, this week you don't have to pay property taxes, okay, I'm in. I'm in. Yeah, but somebody might say you didn't pay. I don't care. If it's legal, I'm going to do it. And everyone's yelling at the companies, and they're just following the law. So change the law. I mean, we heard that in a debate back in 2016 or 15 or whatever. We heard that in a debate, and it's true. Change the law. I mean, that's pretty simple to figure out. Jesse in Asia, how are you? I'm getting there. I'm getting caught up before Captain Billy gets here. Seem to be an issue in the future because it seems like the invest in a home. Yeah, that could be true. What are you doing inside? I'm Alan, I'm weak. Working part-time to fund the Roth, retired. Hey, Tom, okay. That's good. How many times does the state collect sales tax on the same car over its whole life? Yeah, that doesn't, you're right. That doesn't make sense, but that's the way it is. But like I said, we used to, and I didn't know any better, but we used to cheat on that. Every time I bought a used car, you have to put you have to put how much you paid for it. And it was always like $400. And they always looked at you like, it looks like an $8,000 car. But of course, I never bought a used $8,000 car. But all mine when I was growing up, young, they were all beaters. They really were like $400 or $500 cars, but maybe a little bit more. But I always said it was like 200 or 300. Somebody just told me to do that all the time, and you pay less taxes. And I got away with it as a kid. As a kid, I got away with it when you were doing private sales. Move from TurboTax for years to tax-free Tax USA basic forms. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with. I started TurboTax. I just started the very beginning. I haven't really done anything with it. It's only a premium, right? It's only the premium portion. So if you got 3,000 overtime, you on the 1,000, you still pay tax on your base rate, right? So that's why I said no tax on overtime. I know people think, and I've seen that on TikTok and other places. You still pay tax on that. It's just that extra, that time and a half, which is the actual overtime part, is where you're getting that back. In Florida, it's the insurance. Yep. I think I had 20 years in your 80s. How will your income expenses look and your health? I can't, John. I can't. I have no idea. I mean, look at Howard. And I keep coming back to him. Geez, every time I hit this, I get messed up. Uh-oh, did I see a Captain Billy? Yeah, John, I can't think 20 years and into my 80s because I said I'm 75, I'm dead. I got 9 years left. So that's the way I calculate it, and that's the way it is. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. 800 per year. Boy, that's nice. Yeah, that's nice. 800 per year. That is really nice. Yeah, 280 Zone sent me a picture of, he said clouds are coming in Arizona, and he's got a picture of big blue sky and two white clouds, small white clouds. Oh yeah, that's a bad day, I'll tell you. Supposed to be 72. Kaz, that's true. I really want to, not on this channel, and I won't do it on this channel, but I want to deep dive into that because that has me so intrigued. Basically, the robots are going to be doing so much of the work that people are going to lose their jobs. And, Yang was talking about that. I kind of listened to him when he was running for president. Andrew Yang, I think his name was. He's a math guy, and he was talking about I think it was $1,000 a month or something, which everybody said, oh, it's a handout. It's a handout. And again, we don't do politics, but that is coming. That where you're going to get paid is coming. Now, how they do it is what's going to be interesting because some of the jobs that are going to be gone, let's just pick one for instance. So let's just say truck drivers. Semi-truck drivers. Let's just say they actually get this straight and they don't crash and okay. You know how many over-the-road truckers there are? I mean, think about how many there really are. There's tons and tons of them. Well, let's just say 90% of that was eliminated. And those people don't have jobs. So if you're eliminating and, then shouldn't they be paid even though, they're going to say, go get a different job somewhere else. But eventually there's going to be a lot of unemployment and the numbers are going to start going to, 5, 10, 15, 20% unemployment. At that point, you're going to have to start paying people to stay home. And I think that's what Elon, in the big picture, he's thinking with all the robotics. I mean, look at Amazon. They're cutting all these jobs. They're using robotics everywhere, and it's just going to keep increasing. So nobody's going to be working at Amazon eventually. Factories. I mean, I came from a factory. If I had one tech or two techs, robots could run the whole place. I just need two techs to make sure that they're working on it and everything else. I could take 100 people out. Now, times how many factories? It's not today. It's not tomorrow. But in the next 20 to 30 years, I'll be dead. But it's something that's going to happen. Now, your electricians and your firemen and your police departments, and that you're still going to have those skilled labor jobs. But that's just crazy to think about. Southwest Spectrum Internet 85. Ooh, yeah, I can't afford that. Monopoly money. Hey, Captain Billy, hugs and kisses to you. No, not really. Thought I was going to have to spend Valentine's Day without you. With Fidelity, yeah. I mean, most of those are already Fidelity. Is a Roth or traditional 401k? That's traditional. Yeah, no, I've already thought about also with the new deductions of the additional $12,000 deductions that me and Mrs. Buzz get. You know, I would have to do the math and figure out how much per year I could put into a Roth. I'll have to see. I want to do my taxes this year, figure out where I'm at, and then look at the next couple years here to see if I can do something and throw that in a Roth. You have Starlink and love it. Yeah, it's a little pricey, right? $120 a month, exactly. That should be free. And somehow the government, I know the money thing is the killer. That's just the killer with everything. But there's got to be a way to provide free internet to everybody. I wish it was. I wish there was a way. All right, let me get done with. See, I can bypass all these Captain Billies. Peepaw postings. Buzz in Pittsburgh weather today has put me. Yeah, that's good. It was. The sun was out. Veterans health care is without a monthly premium. Yes, that would be nice, right? Yeah, that my brother's got that. I think he was retired Air Force, so he's pretty well set up on that. Because he's a couple years away from Medicare, but I think he's going to stay on that. Was it TRICARE program or something? I'm not sure. $600 for a '67 Ford Mustang. Oh, that sounds cool. 68 Mustang fastback from junior high school for 800. Oh my gosh. Boy, if we could relive those days again, huh? Just filed using OLT online taxes. Never heard of that one. OLT. What's OLT? Open up with a prayer. Poor Amazon weather guys. Keeping it real in Graham, North Carolina. Do you have any pets? Oh, we got pets. Yeah, we got some cats. We got an orange cat. We got a gray cat. We have a beige cat. We have a black cat, just to name a few. And most of them were from just strays that were around. I mean, you open a door and they come walking in. That's just the way it is. They don't enjoy speaking to the AI chat or call centers. Isn't going to get to that point for decades. I don't know. It's going faster and faster. I'm telling you. Turquoise blue. Ooh. If Congress lets the driverless trucks on the highway, will be a death. Yeah, it could be. But eventually they're gonna, just like anything else, I mean, we're talking like, don't take the horses off the road. These newfangled metal things going down the road, they're gonna kill everything, And I mean, it's the same mentality. Not all of us, but some of us or some of the population can't see out to the future. They just can't. When the internet first came, I swear, when the internet first came and we were on dial-up, AOL, and all that good garbage, I said, what good is this going to be? Like, okay, so you could go play a game or I had no idea. I had no concept of what the internet and apps and online everything. I had no concept where this would go. And it's the same with AI and robots. I cannot even conceive what they're going to end up doing. I'm serious, and it's coming. Yeah, you got the driverless cars already. Yep. Yeah. Trades are begging for help and paying. Yeah, they are. You better believe it. 3 million 18 wheelers. Okay. So that eventually, and I'm not saying it's going to be 100%, but eventually. So, and we'll just get one more thing and then we'll get off this topic. But so you have a driverless semi, it's got a 45-foot trailer. He backs into the dock. It backs into the dock. You have a robot tow motor that's going to unload the truck, put everything away. You're going to have robots picking the materials, packaging the materials possibly, and then reshipping the materials on another driverless truck. And anybody that says, "Oh, you're full of crap," you're not paying attention because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Mr. Roboto, that's right. Hey, Karen, how are you doing? Yes, it's gonna happen. People will, no, they're not gonna revolt because it's not gonna come all at one time. It's not gonna come all at one time. It's gonna just slowly. This job will be gone. But it'll be slow. It's not. 25, 30 years. So we're talking a long time now, but it's going to be there. Very serious and hazard and highly skilled. Yeah, truckers are something. Unless you watch Ice Road Truckers. I nothing against anybody, but I was one episode I watched this guy. He jumps out of his truck in sandals, and a robe, and he's in Alaska, and it's like 10 degrees below zero. He's got sandals, and he's walking the side of the road talking to the tow truck. They get him pulled out. He gets back in. He drives down the road. I think it was less than a mile, and the tow truck comes, and he's in the snowbank again. I mean, I don't know. Most truckers are really good. Yeah, where did I go? Oh, online taxes. Okay. Converted 30,000 to Roth this year. Plan on converting 50,000 in the next 3. Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Very true. But my main point is if you're universal basic income, these companies who paid big time to AI won't be getting the money that is spent today. And you could be right. I can't argue from a point of knowledge because I don't have that knowledge. I can only think what's going to happen. I can't argue with you because your point is going to be as valid as anybody else's, and because you don't know what's going to happen. Lee Iacocca to sell Mustang, 64 Mustang, 64 a month. Really? TRICARE for retired military. You have to take Medicare Part B okay. And then the TRICARE is a supplement. Okay. You're lucky you have TRICARE until 65. Okay. Oh, online taxes. Okay. File returns. My internet is terrible tonight. I'll have to watch this tomorrow on the replay. Well, we're sorry, Kaz. You could, time you drive over here, we could still be going. You want to sit over here. We got a spot for you. You have a lot of cookbooks. We do. No, my wife does. Should be interesting. Hey, Buzz. Hi from up near Saratoga, New York. Got up to 35. I wouldn't say that's good, but that's better than what you've had. I was offered a great deal on a Mustang in high school. Couldn't afford the insurance. 72 Monte Carlo in September 1979. Drove it back. Driverless cars aren't doing all that well, but they're going to get better. Just, I'm telling you, for every project you put out, it's continual improvement. It's always going to get better and better and better. And they'll do the same thing with the AI and with the cars and with the trucks and with everything else. It's going to constantly get better and cheaper. So, hey, maybe I won't see it in my lifetime, but who would have thought when you were pumping gas? Remember when you were pumping gas? Who would have thought that they would take away all those people? Would you have thought that? I mean, be honest. Would you have thought that you'd be pumping your? You know what I want you to do? I'm going to take the guy away or the woman that pumps your gas, and I want you to get out of your car in the middle of winter, and I want you to pump your own gas. Are you good with that? Well, guess what? They're doing it, and it's been around for a long time. And did you hear everybody protest and everybody? Maybe there was a little bit of a yap here and there, but you're doing it. And they eliminated all those gas station jobs. So don't say nothing can be done. I mean, just that's a great example, actually, of we're not going to do it. You're going to do it now, and you're going to like it. It's like, and now you could talk to a kid. Hey, people used to pump your gas for you, and they go, "Really? That really happened?" Crazy. Things will need to evolve. That's right. When you're a kid, thought it would be, well, the Jetsons, and actually China's got some. I've seen some now. Whether they're AI, I don't know, but China did have some flying cars. My husband just retired, restoring his '68 Mustang. Ooh, one Tesla semi driver can guide 2 additional. Really? Yeah, to her internet influencer would be a thing. Just there's all kinds of things that it's just going to be that way. And what are you going to do? Salaries, health insurance, work. Yep. Hope everyone has a nice evening. Okay, got to run. All right, take care. Oh, good. Have a good time. I didn't think they made it to face, but they're working in Texas on long range routes. You'll be retired by then. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Your robot world will happen, but everybody in this chat will be. Yeah, that's true, Captain Billy. That's true. Robot forklifts are going to drive off loading docks. People do it. People drive off loading docks. I've seen it happen. People pump their own gas in New York. Well, everybody does. No cashiers anymore at Walmart, most retail. Yeah, self-checkout. Who would have thought of self-checkout? That's a good point. Who would have thought that, hey, you know what? We're going to get rid of these people and we're just putting in self-checkout. Remember, everyone said, well, I'm not doing that. No, they're going to fire all these people. I'm not doing that. Well, guess what? Guess what? You're doing it. Now, yeah, there are people, and I'm one of them, that would rather go through the checkout line. But look at my Sam's Club. Look at Sam's Club. I don't want to go through the checkout line, okay? Because they only have one person there. I don't want to go through the checkout line. So I used to scan and go. I mean, I take this, boom, 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 scan all my things, slide the card, I'm paid, I walk through, I pass everybody up, I say, here's the dip, boom, and they go, bye. That quick. Who would have thought 5 years ago that could have happened? Even 5 years ago, that I'd just be walking right out without paying, but without anybody doing anything. And then they got the scanner that scans your cart to make sure you've scanned everything, supposedly. And all the lady does when I walk by is she goes, "Oh, you're good to go." Who would have thought that? Crazy. Yeah, self-service. Right. They started in the 70s. Right. So that's what I'm saying. You could take a kid and say, hey, remember when they used to, he wouldn't know when people used to pump gas. They would have no clue. Hey, Sherry, how you doing? Oh, New Jersey still pumps your gas. Okay. And that could be, it's not everywhere, but I didn't know that specifically about New Jersey. I'll have to look that up, but I guess that's good, right? I just wonder, do they charge extra um, for the gas. I wonder. 160 only spent Saturday night. Yeah, that's right. Uh, Same with self checkouts. Yes, we got that. I think Oregon does too. Okay. Well, Oregon, their prices are just crazy. Um, they're like California. The prices, they put so much tax on their stuff. It's pretty high. Texaco man, clean my windshield, check my oil pump, regular gas or ethanol. You remember that one guy pumping gas? I don't know if it was Texaco where he says they're shooting at the cans. What? Why does that? Why is he mad at the cans? He's shooting at all the cans. Anybody know what that's from? I'm enjoying your cookbook collection. I have a lot of the same ones. Yeah, it's Mrs. Buzz. She's been collecting them for a long, long time. All kinds of magazines and books and just all kinds of stuff. Hey, Prairie Stone Collectibles. What about our kids and grandkids? They'll have Svengoolie robots. That's how far my first ride. Cool, yeah. Everything seems to put on a style, come back around. The other day, that buffet restaurants are popular again with millennials and Gen Z who are looking for value. We have one. It's a Chinese restaurant, Chinese American restaurant. Man, it's packed all the time, and they closed it. Now it's open again. I mean, you talk about all the food. Just a lot of good stuff. I mean, from sushi to ice creams and soups and a couple of different meats, and then they have all the the fried stuff, which is junk. They have all the Chinese stuff that um, is really good. The rice, the brown rice, and everything. I mean, it's really, really good, and that's a buffet, and the place is packed all the time. You definitely get your money's worth. Pass out some of them Sam's Club crackers for the expiration date. Medicare is a racket. Just turn 65, supplement 20% you need. Once you turn 65, Medicare should cover 100%. Yeah, it'd be nice. Hey, the FTM. Fun fact, Goober Pile took Cousin Gomer's job at the gas station. See? I just woke up from a nap. Did you talk about Nancy? Nope, we didn't talk about Nancy. Pumps were sold at the farm auction, but we used to buy gas and diesel in bulk and pumped our own gas. Well, back on the farm, you did that a lot. That's what you did. The jerk, that's right. That's right. Washington gas tax is number 2 right before. Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, Washington, what about Oregon? Steve Martin. I worked 3 cashier jobs in high school. I had to be coupons and change. Nobody can make change anymore. Take my cashier. Yes. Yeah, if you're not using a card, if it's not on the machine, because usually they punch it in and then you punch in what and it tells you how much to give back. But if that's broken or something, they just stand there and they go, But I don't often. I have paid with cash, but not often. Where I go, I'm usually using a card. Where's that restaurant? That is the buffet is on Snow near Broadview. It's called Fuji. Fuji. I think it's Fuji Buffet. So it's in, I think it's Parma. I think so. Dollar General. They have no cash. Oh, really? Back in the day, they would pump your gas and wash windshields and check your oil. Yes, I do remember that. Think about all you can do is hope that they roll with punches like we did. That's all you can do. Pull out your Valentine's Day present. Okay. All right. What time is it? It's see, we started really early. 7:24. All right. So even though Kaz isn't here, it has to wear bicycle helmets and need safe spaces. Now, not everybody, but that's kind of the way it goes. How you doing, Noreen? All right. So you guys may not have known this, but Captain Billy And I tell you what, I'm glad I don't see the lady at the post office because Captain Billy said Buzz's Love Tunnel. And if you look at his return address, Heartbreak, Texas. I remember Sinclair Gas. Well, yeah, well, that was Sinclair had the Brontosaurus, right? I don't think we had any of those around here. We had Ohio, Texaco. Those are the two that I remembered in our. Remember our town? I think we only had two gas stations, and one was taken out. Then they put a Speedway over here, a BP. Well, Ohio turned into BP. That's still there. And then they added a Speedway across the street, and the Texaco station's long gone. Long gone. Mr. Sense of Humor, that Buzzy. Okay, so let me see what we got. I did not open this. I swear I had taken it. So two witnesses to this. Got my knife out. Got it ready to go. Good knife too. If you ever, I would always want to carry a pocket knife. I've done it for years and years, and I tell you what, it comes in so handy. Buffering. Uh-oh. We're going to close this knife first because otherwise I'll cut myself. Stick it in my pocket. Okay. Now, we're going to be careful about this, but 30 cents a gallon. Hey, Dana, how you doing? Just in time. Okay. Okay. And okay. All right. So it's empty. He found us in a cow pasture by the Perry nuclear plant. They make good eating if you boil them long enough. For maximum glow, take outside to expose to sunlight for 2 to 3 minutes and go in the darkest room in your house. Bring a book from you know who. Okay. Air Force Base Exchange gas station. You recycled that envelope. Okay. Now, what is all this? Oh boy. How can you tell a certain ethnic guy was using the computer? There's whiteout all over the screen. Two certain ethnic guys see a walking down the street and see a dog licking himself. The first ethnic guy says, geez, I wish I could do that. The second ethnic guy says, maybe you should try petting him first. Okay. All right, what else do we got? I got to try to proofread these. Let me see. And we're going to play with this other thing. Isn't that nice of Captain Billy to send us a present like this? All right, during World War II, I'm afraid to read this. During World War II, a major, a sergeant, and a certain ethnic private are stranded on a desert island. One day they find a lamp with a genie inside. The genie says, I can only grant you 3 wishes at a time, so you each get one. The major says, I miss my family, and poof, he goes home. The sergeant says, I too miss my family, and poof, he's home. The genie sees that the certain ethnic private has a tear in his eye and asks, why are you crying? The certain ethnic private says, I wish my friends were still here. And actually, these aren't too bad. For Captain Billy, they're not too bad. They're not too bad. Good night and God bless. All right, here, we're going to do this real quick, too. Let's see what he's talking about. Bear with me. Bear with me, and then we'll get to the Amazon card. I'm going to put this under the light for a second. And we're going to turn this light off. So bear with me. Let's see if, look at that. It's glowing in the dark. It's probably giving me some kind of radiation poisoning or something. But look at that, huh? Wow. It looks like the glowing tree of life. Isn't that something? Well, thank you, Captain Billy. I don't know how to express my sentiment to you. I will treasure it always. Germany marked backward and thought they were leaving. Thank you very much. Watch the glow. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. It's blurry as heck. Yep, sorry. Good old radium. That's right. I don't know what this thing is. I'm afraid it's like he got it from Menards. It looks like melted something, and it just melted into a big thing. And yeah, it could be anything. I really don't know. Oh, you think you will? Okay. Buzz, the internet has left the building. I'm not getting any notifications that it's an issue, but I do have some things that I'm doing. As a matter of fact, I started on it today, just didn't finish it. Now it's clear again. Okay. How about if I like the old rabbit ears? Maybe I gotta like do this or something. Is it better? How about this? Better? Okay, I'll just sit here like this. How's that? Need to make a glowing Christmas card next year. That's right, Tim. Post office put Captain Billy's wanted picture up after that. The glowing. No, but think about that. This poor lady at the post office. She's putting an envelope in Buzz's love tunnel. She's got to put that in. She's reading that, thinking, am I the next Epstein or something? I mean, think about that. That's kind of crazy. I'm probably going to get a visit from some, like I said, some black car is going to pull up and a couple guys in the suits are going to get out and come after me. Hey, so let's go ahead. Amazon gift card giveaway every Saturday night. We do it from 0 to 100. All you got to do is guess the number and you will get a $25 card sent to your email. And let's go. The artwork was done by Mrs. Buzz, just so you know. Just so you know. No, okay, let's see. Hopefully I don't miss anybody, but it happens. Hasn't happened in a while, but it can happen. I do have an 18-second delay in there, so you can only hit it a couple times or once within the 18 seconds, supposedly. And not a hard one to figure out. I wanted 14 for Valentine's Day, and Mrs. Buzz says, no, that's too easy. I said, I agree. You were guessing before I started watching? Okay. Nobody yet. Holy smokes. I figured Captain Billy would get it. He gave me a gift and everything. He deserves it. But I still don't see it. Of course, I might have missed it. I can't believe this one's that tough. It's a tough one for you guys, huh? A tough one. Not yet. Wow. No, I'm not giving you the damn card. No, doesn't work that way. You got to earn it. Let's see. Hey, oh my gosh. So hopefully that was the only 21, Bobby Mosier. I hope. See Mrs. Buzz's artwork? I told her she did the arrow wrong, though. It's supposed to be the other way, I think. I think. So now we got to check it out, make sure nobody else had 21. Those are Mrs. Buzz's hearts to you guys. She did the artwork. Oh, you did, Robert? Okay. We'll put it under review. We shall put it under review. 280 Zone says Bobby M is the first. What about Robert? $21.5. Nope, that's not going to work. And Captain Billy is back to the drawing board. Like all that work and that gifting he did, and you know what he got? He has to show for it. Nothing. That's funny. Sad but true. So it's Bobby for sure. And again, we can look at this. We can look at this. You can see it. Okay. We can look at it in replay. Probably tomorrow. I think it uploads. Oh, he got duped on the delay. It could be. And that does happen. That does happen. So, yeah, you can always watch the replay and to see. That's why I clicked the box for replay. I don't know how long it takes to upload the whole thing, but I think it takes a day, maybe two, before you see everybody's comments. And I've gone back to them before 280 Zone and others have helped me out. Just 214, but I know that doesn't count. Oh, I didn't see the 214. I didn't see that one. But yeah, so we can always go back and upon further review, we can always check it out. That's funny. 180. So 20 people dropped off after that. Yeah, that's kind of funny, actually. So yeah, so Bobby Mosier, make sure you send an email to me. All my videos, 99.9% of my videos have my email address in them. Just go into the description in one of those videos and you will see my email there and you can copy and paste whatever. If you guess too quick, it'll gray out your guess. Sometimes it's hard to catch. Yeah. Yeah. And that's happened to us before. Yeah, Robert, it's happened. But we'll do a review. We can do a review. Not a problem. Per AI. Now that actually made me laugh. They're diehard fans. That's right. Well, we'll check. By next Saturday, we'll have confirmation. But right now, we'll go with what we got. And if anything changes, we will give out 2 cards. Just send me a cookbook and we'll call it even. Okay. Let's see. What cookbook can I give you? How about the Mason jar cookbook? You want that one, Captain Billy? This is Buzz Won't Notice. Oh, that's Dave Ramsey, the Total Money Makeover. I grabbed the wrong one. How about this one? The Mason jar cookbook. Just put all your crap inside of a jar and you are gold. Going to the Valentine Day spelling bee at a local bar where all the words are allowed, including the naughty one. Ooh, interesting. Made it to Wisconsin before the Sunday replay. Whatever fits in the envelope. I used to give cookie mixes as gifts in mason jars. That's good. Yeah, cookie mixes is good. I like that idea. Where'd I get this from? Oh, knock that over. I'll just put it here for now. That's my, it's actually a rock. She got me a rock. See that? She got me for my birthday. I think that's pretty nice, huh? It's a rock. I mean, usually I get them at Halloween. I got a rock. Now I get them for my birthday, too. Sometimes I have you on when I'm still awake all night, thinking I'm on third shift. and let you run should help viewing time. Oh yeah, I've got. Wow, that's cool. I did that recipe. It was too much prep. Oh, you did, Dana? Okay, I got you. Remember Pet Rocks? Yes, yes. Back in the '70s, right? I think it was mid '70s. They came out with the Pet Rocks, the mood rings. What other crap did they have? They had all kinds of junk. Um, yeah, Spencer Gifts. That's where that's where everybody hung out when you were young, right? Either that or the head shop. And we had a good one actually called the Shop in Berea. It's still around, but they moved out of the one building they were in house. That was a cool place. Just sold all kinds of stuff, record albums, and when albums were big back in the day, just like Charlie Brown. That's right. Ranch dressing. I don't like ranch. I like the Italian, creamy Italian. The best recipe for a mason jar is moonshine. I've never. I had one guy at work said he made moonshine and he brought some in. I was afraid to taste it. I just, it was like a clear, and he said try it, and I couldn't do it. I was scared. Of course, I was pretty young, but old enough to know better. I think, especially at work. The mood rings. I think we still got one laying around somewhere. I think Mrs. Buzz has one. We were just talking about it a couple years ago. I think she's got one. Love Spencer's. Yeah, when I go to the mall, I like walking through there or something. I haven't been in the mall in a long time, but used to go get we used to get this chicken and noodle type thing from the food court. Then they moved out of the food court, so I haven't been into the mall in a long time. But when I do go in there for any reason, shopping or whatever, I like to always go into Spencer's. It's still there. My wife made me chili. Beat that. Oh, that's good. Best recipe for a mate. Yeah, we got that. Love the moon rings. Love Spencer's. Black light posters. That's right. Chia. I loved the place when I was a kid. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was small, right? It wasn't a big place, but they packed it with all kinds of crap, and people would just be standing there shoulder to shoulder. Moonshine makes you blind. Ask Otis. Where am I going to put? I got to put this somewhere. I'm going to put this up here. How about that? That'll be our little. Maybe it needs a stand. I should get a stand for it. There, that's good. Oh, you couldn't see it on the camera. Never liked drinking gas. Hey, Deeb, happy Valentine's Day. My dad used to work for Texaco, clean windows, check oil and air. 1969, 28 cents. Wow, that is really cool. Yeah, I mean, that just takes you back. I don't need a moon ring. I have a face. Yeah, that's that. What's that one channel I watch occasionally? Resting Witch Face. She's kind of funny. Buddy Squirrel. Spencer Gibbs Music Land, Woolworths with a food counter all in the mall. Yeah, we had over by, it was called Trolleyville, USA. And the guy in the trailer park, he had 1,000 trailers or something, and he bought a bunch of streetcars, and they put up the streetcar lines, and it did a loop. And they had a counter there too, an old lunch counter. Had the best milkshakes. I mean, the fountain sodas were great. Man, I just wish. And me and Mrs. Buzz actually talked about setting something like that up again. Now we're a little bit older, but about 10 years ago, we thought about opening a restaurant and doing a counter thing like that. And featuring the old greasy burgers and, made in front of you and all that good stuff. Just like the Woolworths thing. Spencer's used to be in Parmatown Mall. Oh, they got adult toys? I didn't know that. Do you still have a record player? I do. The needle or stylus they call it is borked up somehow, and I don't know. I haven't fooled with it. But Mrs. Buzz still has a bunch of albums. We never got rid of them. And I got the stereo system from a coworker 100 years ago. And like I said, I haven't played much on it, but eventually I'll get to it. Nobody in Mayberry was married except Otis, and he was an alcoholic. That's right. I've read that a couple of times. Overcast Willamette Valley of Oregon. Wow. Hope you're all doing well and staying safe. We are. We're all doing good. Check out Sweets and Geeks at the mall. I haven't checked that out. Like I said, I haven't been in the mall in a long time. It's just a dead mall. Most of them are closing. I mean, like Rolling Acres and Akron's gone. Beechwood's getting rough. Elyria, I think they closed their mall down. Midway Mall, I think it was called. I'm surprised ours is still open. Spring, Texas, a full service gas station. Okay. Woolworths was still there. The lunch counter in 1978. Really? A full service gas station would be cool too. I mean, if that Texaco station, they had 2 bays. They pumped gas, had 2 bays. I mean, I hung out there with some guys that used to work there, and that would be cool to own that. And I don't know what your profit, but now it's it had a small little office area. Maybe you had 3 bags of chips, a can of oil, and some condoms. That was about it, right? Not like these modern day convenience places. So it'd be hard to stay in business, at least out this way. I have an old turntable, but my surround sound doesn't have the correct inputs. Yeah, I got just the basic speakers for it, and yeah, 2 speakers, two knee high speakers with the turntable, and gee, I'll have to look and see what the name brand is. Beechwood was yes, it was back in the 90s. You better believe it. Both my old brothers worked at the Sunoco when they were young guys. I think a lot of people worked gas stations. I didn't, but I hung around them. And I guarantee if I was old enough and they asked me, I probably would have done it. It wasn't hard work, but I never did it. Beautification process. Night all. Okay, take care, Nancy. We have some, what, Scott? 66. We have some huge senior areas. I thought it would go over big. Oh, I got you. Okay. Hey, Kaz is back. I think Kaz was sneaking off to catch a nap, is what I think. How about Daffy Dan's t-shirt shops? Yeah, David. He was big in the 70s. I'm trying to think the last time he had the big mustache, right? He had the big fluffy mustache and bushy one. And I'm trying to think if I ever had a Daffy Dan t-shirt. I just don't remember now. But I haven't heard his name in a long time. All right, Theo, take care. Worked third at us, Ohio. Got a lot of sleep in. You did. I bet you did. If it's not Daffy Dan, it's, oh man, I haven't heard that phrase in a long time. Holy cow. It's been a long time. Yeah, David Helton was the artist local to some of the radio, one of the radio stations around here, and I've seen him still around. He does signings and stuff around here. But Daffy Dan, I just haven't heard. Trying to think the last time I heard his name. I don't think he's around Cleveland, and if he is, he's like keeping a low profile. Not napping. I had to step away from the laptop before I killed it with a hammer or some sharp object. I was mad. I hope things are better now. I think things are better. Think about that. You didn't have us. You got nobody at home. You didn't have us. You didn't have Captain Billy to hold your hand. I mean, you were probably pretty lonely for a while there, huh? Daffy Dan's has merged with Cleveland Printwear. Oh, okay. You avoided the hammer. Yeah, computers, they're not cheap. You start smashing them. I think you, because you're Amish, I think you have like a goat on a wheel, and if you just fed the goat, the wheel would spin a little bit faster. But you got to feed the goat. Normans began knocking at my front door too, and my dog went nuts. Oh, Mormons. Oh, I wouldn't mind talking to some Mormons. I always like to get in conversation. I am the epitome of that commercial where those guys, like the last one I saw, the two guys working in the hole, and two other guys are asking them questions, and I am that's me. I mean, they come to my door, I'd be talking to them for an hour, just asking them all kinds of questions. Hey, Ray Anderson, late to the party. Yeah, we're about 10 more minutes and we're gone. We started really early too. Mormons go door to door. Scott, somebody's grandkid taught him copy and paste. Looks like there's a Riley's full station in Kansas. Shawnee Mission. Yeah. Shakey's Pizza. No, I never heard of that. These were two young missionary men, but I'm still in my bathrobe over here, plus on my own. Oh, so you didn't answer the door, right? One time I gave them my number and I really regretted it. We get not Mormons. What do we get? We got a building not too far from here. Jehovah Witnesses. I mean, I don't mind. They come up to the door. It's usually a girl and a guy, and I'll sit on the steps and I'll just talk to them. I got nothing to. Yeah, I would thought it was Jehovah's, but that was Mormons don't recruit. Yeah, I got no problem talking to anybody. Where did you retire from? Factory life for me. Kaz flashed them. Oh boy, Angela. Boy, that you think about it, that would probably get them off your doorstep, right? Just because that's like the opposite of what they would expect. Oh boy. Yeah, I've never heard of Shaker's Pizza. They didn't understand. I already have a church. Well, if I never fault anybody. Just like when they come trying to sell me solar panels, and I give them the quiz. What's my payback? Well, let me see your bill, and well, it's theoretically, if I'm paying X amount and I'm using X amount, what's my payback? Well, I'm just the guy that gets people. Then there's another guy. No, 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 no. You can't answer the questions. Well, I get them stuttering and stammering, and usually they just turn around and walk away, shaking their heads. So. Yeah, Captain Billy, you must have converted her. I don't know. Had Shakey's all time growing up in L.A. Evangelizing is part of their calling. I believe they were, yeah. And again, nothing wrong with that. What's the lease payment? You remember Ruth Lyons and Paul Dixon? Nope. I wouldn't presume to take your spot. Shake. Wow, I'm missing out on Shakey's. I don't know what that is. I mean, I've never had it. So, Buzzy is a good Christian boy. Ask my mom. Well, remember, I was in jail once, so if you remember that video, I was in the clink, and they didn't even give me a meal. What was I in there, like 15 minutes? Oh, that was something. Give them your number, then let me know how it goes. Hey, I could talk to an ant walks on the wall. I could talk to it for an hour. I mean, I let me tell you this in all seriousness. I love picking people's brains and understanding who they are. I really enjoy that because everybody is so different, and I just try to understand their perspective, and try to understand their upbringing and why they think the way they do. I know it sounds kind of weird, but and in my HR role, which I was, where I worked, You just ask these. You get a lot of information from people. That's kind of amazing. You know, I should actually show you something. Let's see if I can get this super quick. Fuddruckers, boy, I haven't heard that name in a long time. They closed out a long time ago, right? Master Pizza, yes, David, I heard of that. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Steve's Retirement Corner. Fuddruckers. Family Trio, yes. I think we went to Family Trio back when I was working because I worked on 130th, 5389 West 130th. And I think we went to Family Trio a few times. Okay, John, take care. Yeah, we're not going to be here long. I just wanted to, let me see, I wanted to show you something. This kind of, oh, I think he did it on Facebook. Let me see. Let me see. So, let me see. Let me see if I can find this. So this guy, this guy right here. Let's see if I'm not showing anything I shouldn't be. But this guy right here, he was he was working he was working for us, and he uh, he got drug tested. Long story short, he got drug tested, failed. He went to the rehab, and not many of them do, but he went to the rehab, and he came back. I've told the story before. About a week later, the city, I think it was City of Akron or some company that does that was going to pay him like 3 times more, called and said he had to come in and take a physical and P test right away. And since he was clean, he got this job. Well, now he's heading to Vegas, and he said, "I just got my hair done for the last time in Ohio. Um, but I'll never forget a real guy like you. I was just bragging to the guys that used to work with us that we still communicate because that means a lot to me. Take care, old friend. My own personal Ronald Reagan. Walk light, but carry the big stick, and I appreciate every bit of it. Thank you." I tell you what, now he just moved to Vegas. He's got a great job, and um, I don't know. It's just one of those things where you never know how you're going to touch somebody's life, and it's a good guy. It's a really good guy. Shakey's was in North Olmsted in the 60s. Okay, that's why I don't remember. I was still in 60s. I was in, well, I was born in Erie, PA, and I think we came out of Erie, PA when I was in 65, but we never went out to eat anywhere. Oh, he'll stay the course. Trust me. That was years ago, and he's been doing super good. And like I said, now he's in. It's got a union job in Vegas now, doing construction stuff. And I mean, that was a turning point in his life. You know, he could have went. You know, the old fork in the road. Could have went this way. Could have went this way. And I don't know. It's just weird how everything came out. It's like somebody was looking out for him, and I'm just so glad that no fan of Las Vegas. Well, it's working. All right, Captain Billy, take care. Go eat your chili. Back in college, my friends and I got kicked out of a local Shakey's. Let's just say one of the friends was eating like an animal and staring at the other diners. Eat about once a month. Yeah, only when you travel do you eat out. Like when we were home, we never ate out. Erie, so was my mom back in 1917. Yeah. Yep, I was born in Erie Hospital. 1960. My mom worked at Hammer Mill. My grandparents worked at the GE plant in Lawrence Park. Changing the world one life at a time. No, it's just a heck of a story, and I just was going back and forth with him on Facebook, and he was updating me, and uh, just an all around good guy, and I'm just so glad that it worked out for him because we've had so many different people that just went the wrong way. They were given the opportunities and they didn't take advantage of them, and that's a shame. Young people who you try to set straight, they don't take advantage of it. They end up losing their jobs, and who knows where they're at right now. As Yogi said, when you come to the fork in the road, take it. That's right. Yeah, I knew, Kaz. I knew what you meant. Does not feel good. It does feel good to help others. Well, in that particular case, it just worked out. Like I didn't know at the time that it would work out as well as it did, and then we'd still be in touch years and years and years later. It's just something. Hammer mill. That's right. Hammer mill paper on the shores of Lake Erie. Numbers for Buzz had to come back for a second with a fresh email with energy new bill 197. I won't get mine, John. I won't get mine till later. I could probably look up online. I still get it mailed to me, so I'll have to look it up. But usually it comes at the end of the month, so probably next week I'll get it. By next Saturday I'll know. But 197, boy, I hope mine's. I'd be happy if it was under $200. I really would. I have a sister there. Yeah, I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of Vegas either. I would not go there. My daughter was there when she passed, so that's one place that just out of sight, out of mind, as far as I'm concerned. The restaurant I miss most is the Red Barn. Where did we have a Red Barn? I do remember it somewhere in our area, but I can't place where it was. That's just crazy. Your daughter's in Vegas, going to visit her this week. Ah, cool. Cool. Captain Billy's back. He had his chili, wiped his face, and came back. Chicken. Yeah, if you haven't been to Akron, they do some chicken in what is it called? The not White Castle, White House chicken. Look up White House chicken. They are, man, I think they cook it in lard. It's so bad and it's so good. Was it on 117th? It's possible. Oh, I just realized who you were. Scott. I can't see the names very well, and I just happened to see. I see the hat, and I was like, man, I wonder if I know that guy. And I just Inspector SJ. Scott, I didn't even know it was you. I didn't even know. Thanks for being here. That's pretty cool. So Scott is a neighbor not too far from me. I used to go to Red Barn. I think it was on 130th and Pearl. Love the chocolate milkshakes. Yeah, I just don't remember. It was on 130th, Sherry says. Okay. There was probably a bunch of them around. I just don't remember going to any of them. Like when we were young, I just don't remember eating out a lot. Like somebody said, when you travel, you're kind of stuck on the highway. You get those Howard Johnson's clam strips at Howard Johnson's. I do remember that. Looking too forward to see her and my grandson. Well, that's going to be, you'll have a good time there. Time to get glasses. I do. Oh, I have glasses. I just can't read. I can't read. 28 days, only 160 therms, average temp 16. Oh, I got you. So on your bill, that's your gas bill, right? So 160 therms. Why is it therms? BT, was it? How do they do that? BTUs? CF. Is it gas? So that'd be CFs, right? My mom worked at Sears on Pearl. It was there. Okay. 12. Went to the first dance last night. Oh, his first dance? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, unfortunately I won't have any grandkids, but um those of you who do, it's always a good time, right? Always a good time watching them grow up and all that good stuff. So the place I loved to go out and eat when I was a kid called Kenny King's. Oh yeah, KFC, right? Yeah, KFC. I don't even know if the one that I guess it's still open by us, but I rarely see cars there. I don't know how it stays open. Wendy's had 3 egg omelet for breakfast. Was like $5. Yeah, everything's changed. Sears still sends you text messages. Yeah, that's interesting. Those Sears outlet stores are gone too now, right? Or Sears Hardware, is that what they called them? Those are gone now too, I think. Because remember they had that offshoot. I think there was one up by Tractor Supply, and now it maybe is an Ace Hardware. I could be mistaken. I just remember having a Sears Hardware around. Okay, well, we are at 6 minutes after. We started early, so I'm going to get off here and eat. And I appreciate you guys being here on Saturday and spending some time with us on Valentine's Day. Um, Email me if you got any questions about anything. Lay says now their chips are made from real potatoes. Uh, hey, Steve, I appreciate you being here. And we will see you guys, Gary and Noreen, Captain Billy. Hey, thanks for the gifts, Captain, and the jokes. Your jokes weren't bad this time. I have to rate them up there pretty high now. Hey, Scott, take care. Brown Derby on Tuesday nights. Boy, Brown Derby, we still have one in Middleburg Heights near the hospital. We went there a couple times and it was pretty good. Maybe I'll have to get Mrs. Buzz on that one. Although I have a gift card for Texas Roadhouse. They just built that and opened it up. Yes, Samo Dog, Wednesday. We should be available on Wednesday. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Angela. JNP. See you, Kaz. All my jokes are awesome. How dare you? Yeah, they were pretty good this time, I have to say. Natural gas therms used 20 was 135 therms. Carol February bills, January a lot more used this year. Yeah, that was a bad cold spell. I mean, I was telling you guys, I think on one of the videos there was 1977 January was the we had one night of 17 below and one day where it didn't go, it was -2 was the high on one of the days. We went 38 days below freezing, I think it was. It was a long, cold 1977, 76, 77. I think it was January, a little bit in December, January, and a little bit into February. I just remember that. Arthur Treachers in Garfield Heights. Ah, that's where one's at, huh? Hey, Sherry, happy Valentine's Day to you. And it's an online store? Okay. Well, I just wonder where they're getting all Sears is getting their stuff from. Like, how are they staying in business? Are they getting American made stuff, or is it they still have the warranty? Bring it all back, and you can get a replacement. I'll have to take a look at that. Hey, Robert. Yeah, I'm going to do dogs on Monday. I don't know if anybody that follows Scott, the German Shepherd, Scott, he got returned. I posted that picture, and you see that young couple there. I think she got a little. My opinion, I think that dog was a little bit much for her, so got returned. 77 was a good year. Okay. Amazon bought Craftsman. I'm gonna have to look into that. CompUSA. I have a box, Alton. I'm almost positive I have a computer box up in the attic that had a computer in there from CompUSA. I think I still have the box, and I was going to throw it away one day, and I said, "No, I want to save this. Somebody, on eBay might pay me $100 for it." So I thought that was, it's still sitting in the corner somewhere. Old CompUSA. Or maybe it's, might not be. I have the monitor too, an old dead monitor from way back when. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Comp USA. Yeah, Scott, I got returned. Craftsman is in Lowe's. Oh. No, they didn't give him a very long time for the dog to settle in. But I don't know if you saw that couple. When I first saw them, I could just imagine he's going to work. Maybe she's home. I mean, I don't know what their situation is, but she looked like a smaller girl, and that was a big dog. And to handle that dog, I don't know. I could be just reading things into it that aren't there, but um, yeah. So hopefully Scott will get somebody that really wants to help train him and work with him. We'll see. You threw away your first Acer computer. Wow. Google says Stanley Black and Decker owns Craftsman. Stanley Black and Decker. Well, boy, that's something. Because Stanley Black and Decker bought MTD products as well. And if they bought Craftsman, man, they bought up everybody. Yeah, the dog returns because it screws up the dog too. Because they get into a home, and albeit it was a short time, but then unfortunately the dog has to come back to his little kennel, and yeah, that's rough. But yeah, maybe he can go to the prison. I don't know if he was there yet or not, but I'm sure that that'll be a consideration. That he may be a good candidate to go because there's some. I just looked at the chart. I think there's some coming back in early March, so they'll be doing a swap in early March, and maybe if he's not adopted by next couple weeks, maybe he'll be a good candidate to go. German Shepherds are hard to need strong owner to train him. My sons just kept jumping the fence. Yeah, and Scott's not a very he doesn't like other dogs. So if they took them, let's say they're in a development and every neighbor has a dog or something. If they let him out, say he's got a fenced yard, he's just constantly going to bark at the other dogs because he's not trained. And his bark is pretty loud. So, yeah, to your point, you need somebody. Yeah. All tools made by 6 companies. They keep the smaller company names alive. Ah, yeah, they do need time to adjust. My son got a dog with his house. The former owner trained guard dogs for the prison. Well, that's what they're doing with this. There's a lady. She volunteers at the kennel, and she's also a dog trainer handler, and she's a guard at the prison. I don't know what her role is, and I think she started that program over there, or at least she's continuing it because she takes the dogs there. Yeah, so I don't know if she's a guard or what her function is there, but that's cool that they do that. Why are they putting doggies in prisons? Slip punishable with life behind bars. Yeah, they get trained. They get 10 weeks of training, I think it is. I think it's 10 weeks. Anyway, we were signing off here about 10 minutes ago, so let's get out of here. And I appreciate all of you being here. 116 of you either asleep or still here watching, which is kind of cool. Thank you so much. We'll see you Wednesday at 2 if you can make it. If not, we'll see you Saturday at 7. And yeah, old man, that's right. I'm hungry. I've been on here since 6:30. Where you been, Captain Billy? We were on here a half hour before you even got here. So, all right, take care. We'll be here Saturday, God willing. In the meantime, you can come back at the same time on Saturday, same buzz time, same buzz channel. Take care. See ya.